Hello all, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, based on wherever you are based on. So today is March 1st, and that's the day when Microsoft releases the preview environment for the next upcoming release. And then after 1 month, the general availability of the product is available so that everybody can either install it on-prem or upgrade their environment in SaaS. In today's video, it's a pretty small one. We'll talk about how you set up preview environments in Business Central SaaS and what it takes, what steps you need to perform, what you can do, and what you cannot do in those preview environments. And based on that, you will be able to start utilizing and start learning about what's new in 2023 release wave 1. So, for that, if you have a Business Central SaaS environment, log into your environment, and if you have capacity available, like I have one sandbox available right now, click on the new icon here and let me zoom this in. If it is not visible, click on new. As soon as you click on new, you should get a pop-up window here where you can provide details of environment, the name of the environment, what kind of environment it is, which country or region you would like to set up the localization for, and so on and so forth. So I'll name my environment as BC 22 preview. Is it 22 right now? I guess so. Yeah, it's 22. PC22 preview, and then coming down, I cannot create more than one production environment based on the license that I have or based on the environments that I have purchased from Microsoft. So I'll change it to sandbox. Having done that, let's come down. The next is country or region, where you choose which country localization you want. So what Microsoft does is Microsoft comes up with different releases based on different regions. There are some of these regions which have localization built by Microsoft directly, and some of them are built by partners. So they are partner-led localization. So you can choose based on your need. I work with US customers, so I'll choose US. Let's see what else is there. You come down here and then it asks you for the version. The version in SaaS is always the latest version that's available and you can't go back into it. But just for the time while the previews are available, you'll be able to drop down and you'll be able to see the next available preview release that's available right now. So you choose that and that's it. You need to give the name, the type, the country region, and the version that you need, and then you hit create. Now let's read this because this is important. Sandboxes on preview versions are only used for testing and review of features coming in next release. The environment may be updated to a newer version or deleted with or without notice. So remember this. The environment cannot be updated to a production version. It may remain in preview until deleted. So based on the timeline of Microsoft, as soon as the general availability is available, and if I'm not wrong, these environments get automatically deleted, which are type of preview environments. So don't have any production data or any extension that you don't have source code available installed on these environment, because these environments will automatically get deleted without your notice. So if you understand it, let's click yes, and then you can refresh and start creating that environment for you in a while. Let's wait for it. And I guess it should be, yeah, it started being preparing to be created, and you can come towards right and you can see that the version is 22.0.537.22.0, the preview build of Business Central 2023 release wave 1. Now while this is happening, let's understand what you can and what you cannot do on a preview environment. You cannot upgrade any existing sandbox with your data to a preview environment. That's not possible. So all your testing will happen on the Cronus data that you have, that you would like to do. Why you create preview environments? Mainly for 2-3 reasons. One, you just like to explore what's available in the new version and you would like to test those features in. before they kind of become available with general availability. And at the same time, what Microsoft is looking from you is to provide feedbacks on those features if you're testing those. Is something breaking? You can surely update Microsoft on the Yammer channel, and before the general availability happen, if there are some major issues, they'll and even the minor issues, Microsoft will start working on fixing those. So number one, these environments will always be available with the Kronos database, and you can use them for testing of new features. That's one use. The second use case is for ISVs or for partners who would like to verify that are their extension compatible with the next release. So if I build an extension for a customer which will get upgraded in future to the next version, I just want to verify that my extension is compatible with it, with this release or not. I can do that with the preview environments because you can install extensions as in any other environment. So that's another use case for ISVs and partners. And those are the main two use cases for preview environments. So it'll take a while, and as it gets created, you will be able to access it like any other environment. So the things that we need to remember, that these environments which are of type preview will automatically get deleted after the general availability of the product. They may get upgraded to a higher version of the release that's available from Microsoft without your notice. Uh, you should not use these environment for testing your customization with your data. You can surely test your extensions and customizations with it on Cronus data that's available with this environment that's been created. So that's one way. If you don't have SaaS environments and you are using Dockers, let me know. I'll surely record a video about how you build a preview environment on Dockers. You cannot have an installation, on-prem installation for the preview environments. That's how it is. You can either have a preview environment on Business Central SaaS, or you can have a preview environment on Docker containers. So if you need some help, let me know. We'll talk about it in the next video if that makes sense. And we'll see how you create preview environments on Dockers. Let's give it a some time, and we'll see what happens once it's get created. So while this is being created, and it's still being created, or it's still being prepared from Microsoft, let's have a look on the MSDN article about preview environments, what Microsoft talks about it. So as we know, about 1 month before the major update, you can try out new functionality in preview environments. Preview environments are Business Central Online sandboxes that you can create on a preview version of the application. So when you create new sandboxes, as we did, you can choose the preview version marked as preview in the version list, and that's how you create a preview environment, as we did. This graph kind of walks you through around the major life cycle or the major timelines around both the waves. So preview environments are available on your 1 month before the major release or of the product. So March 1 when you get that, and then you can start creating sandboxes as needed. Once the update is available in your region, you start upgrading your customers, and then on May 1 it says that preview environments are deleted. We'll see that in a while. Why you use preview environment as per Microsoft? Review the new functionality as we talked about. Validate your extensions to make sure that your extensions are compatible with the next release. And then if the test completed successfully, update your app into the production environment with these steps and all, and test the quality. Now what happens if you find some issues with the preview releases? And that's the idea. You need to provide the feedback back to Microsoft, and these are the ways that you can go to the portal. You need to choose the engagement, you need to join the ready to go program. Once you've joined it, you can define issues, and then Microsoft will fix them as needed. Guidelines of how to get started. This is just a demo database. Current production or sandboxes environment with your data will not be able to upgrade to the preview environment as we talked about. And then if everything goes good, they might update your preview environments. Microsoft may might. There are some notes which are very important. You'll be able to test or update on a copy of your production data in a sandbox environment when the journal availability or the release of the new update in production in April or October actually happens. So you'll get that time once the journal availability of that version is announced. And the important point is the preview versions as well as all the sandbox environment that are based on the preview version will be removed 30 days after the official release became available. So let's go back to the graph. If you go back to the graph here, the general availability comes somewhere around April 1st for the wave 1. So 1 month after the April 1, which is May 1, the preview environments will automatically be deleted from your SaaS environment. So don't rely on these environments because these will automatically get deleted because they are just for the testing purposes. So just use them for your testing, for your extension compatibility, if that makes sense. And then provide feedback. Let that feedback loop with Microsoft be open so that they understand what kind of problems you are facing, if there are any, and they get fixed before the actual release happens. So that's the whole concept of having a preview environment. You can either have it on SaaS, as I said earlier, or on a Docker container. If you're interested, drop a comment in this video and I'll make sure we record it for people who would like to create a Docker container on the preview environment as needed. So let's wait, still creating. So I'll pause the video and I'll resume it as this environment kind of becomes operational or active. So it's still a bit slow, the creation of the preview environment, and maybe because so many people and so many developers of you are also creating the environments today. So that's why it's a little bit slow. I'll leave it here, but I'll come back on this as soon as it gets created. We'll try to see what's there, and then in April or sometime mid March, we'll start talking about what's new in Business Central 2022. So, if you would like to understand what's new in 2023 release wave 2, which is Business Central 2022, set up your preview environment, start utilizing it. If you need to know and if you don't have access to Business Central SaaS and you would like to understand how you can create Docker containers for this, just drop a comment in the video and I'll make sure that we record that video. That's all for today. Do share the video so that everybody knows that it's available now and we start creating the feedback loop with Microsoft. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and I'll see you tomorrow maybe with the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.